3.5 is not. 16 is not. 16, 18. It's a right. I was down the street today, so I'm for gosh. Yes.
I think so. I think it's that third week. Do you know if we have something in December? I think we did, didn't we? For next meeting?
Usually we don't have.
For some reason, I thought we had one.
I'm having surgery. So
Okay, sounds good. All right, well then
if
we'll
we have
send things out fairly early. So I think it's probably a week and a half before Christmas. It's around the 16th, I
All right, that was our friendly music, letting us know we can go ahead and get started. I think we have everybody here. So I'll go ahead and call the Zoning Board of Appeals meeting for November 16th, 2022 to order. If we could all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you very much. Do we have any potential conflicts for the one item we have today? Anybody up here have any issues? Seeing none, all right. Item 4, approval of the October 19th Board of Appeals minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes as they were.
All right, so we have a motion to approve and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of passing the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Last month's meetings minutes have passed. All right, item number 5, we have a variance application by Randy LeBeau, is that correct? To construct a 6-foot-high privacy fence in his required street yard located at 3610 North 8th Street. Mr. LeBeau, if you'd like to step up to the podium, please. Let us know. Yeah, we're being recorded, so we gotta make sure we all stay.
Sure.
Let us know what we're doing here today.
Well, I've been living at 3610 North 8th Street for 25 years. My wife and I, we raised a family there. And about a year before we moved in 1996, the previous owners put up a fence. So that was put up before we got there. It's a 6-foot fence that runs really in our backyard, in our side yards. And we use that for our dogs and our kids and everything growing up. They all, use the yard. And it's the lot that we have is kind of oddly shaped and kind of stuck in an area, so the privacy fence is definitely needed there. So on June 15th, that big storm came through and it damaged the fence. I filed a claim with the insurance company and proceeded to get it done, got a contractor to come and take care of it. And the contractor tried to get a building permit, and Jeff Lutzke, the building inspector, said that couldn't give him one because part of the fence could not be 6 feet because it's on the street ordinance. So I asked him what was the purpose of this ordinance, and he said it was for traffic visibility, safety issues, and possibly aesthetics also. So, because the property is so far off of Eisner, it's set back quite a bit from Eisner, that I thought that I would apply for this variance. The reason that it's set so far back is there's actually a section of land that the city owns, the city maintains between me and Eisner. It's quite a good section of land that was created when Eisner was redesigned, when they redid Eisner. I don't know how many years ago that was. What, 10 years ago now? Wow, time flies.
That long?
But 10 years ago, so there used to be like a triangle in the middle of the road, and Eisner used to come straight down closer to my property, but now that triangle is gone, it got absorbed, and the Eisner is further south. So the bottom line is that there's no safety issue as far as view. As a matter of fact, when you're at the stop sign, and I don't know if you have my justification, if all of you have that, you can see that in the photo that I have of the site sketch, that the closest part of the fence to the intersection, I used a laser finder to get the distance. It's 69 feet from that point to there. So in other words, when you're at stop sign, the fence is 69 feet behind you. I also have a photo of what it looks like when the first photo on the second page of my documentation. It shows, like if you're at the stop sign and you're looking out your car window, you can easily see that the fence is almost nowhere to be seen. It's way on the right. It's not built now because the old fence was taken down, and I did not build this part in order to maintain compliance. I'm not out of compliance yet because I didn't build this 6-foot fence part yet. But you can see that it's way back off the road. There's no issue with it. You can see that also from the overhead Google site sketch that I have, that there's no safety issue. As far as the aesthetics, I did include a picture of what the fence is going to look like, and it's a slightly modified, straight up wooden fence with, it has 1-inch slats between, and it's cut a little differently than what a normal fence, but I think it's in keeping with the other fences in the neighborhood, which I also have some photos of that in there also. So, I did cover all 3 questions, I believe satisfactorily, in my documentation, the 3 tests for a variance. So if there's, I won't go through that. I guess I probably hit the highlights there. But, yeah, so if there's any questions.
Sure. Okay, thank you. Steve, do you guys want to?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is, I don't know that we necessarily have any issues with the proposal that's presented here. It was damaged. You can see on some of the pictures what Mr. LeBeau was talking about. When Eisner got finished, you could see Eisner probably ran this way previously. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but then this additional right-of-way was here, and you can see from, some of his pictures showing that it's approximately 69 feet, to the intersection. It's probably like 40-ish in this area, with a little bit of landscaping. This is the design of the fence that they're hoping for. The only thing that staff was going to be bringing up, and Mr. LeBeau kind of shows in some of the pictures, is oftentimes we've been doing the shadow box fences in the street yards, or vinyl, right? And so I didn't know, that's typically what we did. 69 feet, a lot of times those fences are much closer to the right of way, and that's a big part of the reason why we've had them. But, one of the things that, you obviously, do see the fence, quite a bit in the area. So it's just whether, no objection to the fence itself. It's just whether or not the board wants to continue going with that board-on-board look in these street yard areas.
Okay, thank you, Steve.
Yeah.
Were you planning on doing any landscaping in front of the fence on the side that faces the road?
Well, That's not why, it's technically not my land, that's the city's land, from there. But there is lands, there are these, very mature, arborvitaes that, I show a picture of one of them there.
Okay.
That are already there. They're not in front of the fence, but they're right next to the fence, and, I think, I don't know, I think it looks good. Yeah, there you can see.
Well, they're mowing over. Sheriff, did you have anything you wanted to add? Were you here just in support, or were you? I'm sorry? Sure. Okay, if you wanted to say something, sure, please.
Good afternoon, thank you. For those of you that don't know me, I'm the Sheboygan County Sheriff, and I happen to be Randy's neighbor. So just a couple things. Obviously, he redid the fence along my property border already, and I think it looks fabulous. It is the board next to each other. It's very conducive and very, very nice for the functions. I guess I just bring up a couple things as far as, if you go back to that picture, and also, other than being the sheriff, I'm the highway safety coordinator for the county as well. So I see no issues with any highway problems here. If you look at that picture where it says 69 feet, that big black round circle there, that happens to be a 50-foot evergreen that was there before the storm that I've been trying to get removed essentially on city property for since I was an alderman in 2011, and had no luck with it. So if there was ever anything that was going to be a highway safety or obstruction view, it would have been that tree, and I've almost got hit walking the dog probably many times as we walked through there. So there's no obstruction whatsoever. I get the fortunate pleasure of coming through there every day, many times a day, and from seeing the fence and what's up is very aesthetically pleasing. He actually went the extra distance to have, and I don't know what it's called, Randy, where the tops of the fence were cut. So that's, yeah, but it's not just a regular dog area. They're cut specifically to make it look actually that much more aesthetically pleasing, which is nice having the house next to it. And that's the way the old fence was too. So I guess, like I said, I just wanted to kind of let you know that the tree and all the blocking is there. There's no highway safety issue whatsoever. It's just really what's pleasing aesthetically, and I think the current one is, and myself and the other neighbors have no issue with him putting it up. It's actually we were very curious as to why it wasn't up already. So other than that, I guess the last thing that I'll point out is, again, that is a street view, but there is a lot in between there that's owned by the city. The city was, this is not Mr. LeBeau's first go around with the city. When I was an alderman, the city graciously wanted to give him that lot and then charge him another $10,000 to $15,000 to put that sidewalk in. And we actually got that taken out that time, and I think Sir Sampson was with me on that on the board too. Basically, it wasn't fair at the time. So again, I think that there's enough distance in between that it's really not a highway safety issue, and I think it's aesthetically pleasing as well. So thank you.
Thank you. All right, do we have any questions or any other?
I'd like to make a motion to approve.
As presented?
Yes.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve as presented. Do we have a second?
A second.
Okay, so we got a couple folks here with second. All right, so we have a motion to approve and a second as presented. Do we have any further discussion? All right, hearing none. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Motion passes as presented.
Very good.
All right, very good. Thank you very much. I think we're all set.
Yep.
Yeah, so my ability to get a permit then,
Right, you can just go ahead and work with Jeff, and they'll get you the permit for that. So appreciate it.
all right.
Thank you. All right, take it easy.
Thank you.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
All right, so we have a motion to adjourn. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Hearing none. We're adjourned. Awesome.
Yeah, it looks like that next meeting date is December 21st,
Yeah.
so I'll check and see if we have something, and I'll tell it to send out early, because I thought there was something that was gonna be on there. Sounds good.
Yeah,
So
then
if you wouldn't mind, if we send it out, if you wouldn't let us, because I'm gonna
Yeah,
forget.
sure.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
But it's
Thanks.
because of my
Hey,
surgery.
everyone have a happy Thanksgiving
Yeah, thanks.
and great
You too.
holidays, all right? Appreciate all the work throughout the year.
All right.
All right. Okay, take it easy. Thanks.
John's on a mission. Look at that, he's racing out of here.
Yeah, you know,